Connor McDavid, in a losing effort, win the Conn Smythe? Do you think there's a possibility here? Or does it, I think if it goes 6 or 7, it's possible. You go down in 5, that's a tough sell.
I don't think there's any way. I guess there is a plausible scenario where they come back, they win the next 2, then it's 3-3, they lose in 7 in a tight game. McDavid goes crazy for these next 2 games, has a big game 7, they just lose in a tight game. Maybe. I would think they would have to lose in 7 for it to be any chance. Yeah, he's racked up the numbers. But the fact of the matter is that Florida has a lot of really good options as a potential Conn Smythe winner. Now, Bob's numbers took a big hit on Saturday.
That's the odds Saturday, right? The odds-on favorite going into Saturday, Bobrovsky. He got lit up a little bit.
Yeah. He still might get it, but this certainly opens the door for Barkov, I would say, to potentially take that. I don't think he's going to get it. The last one where it happened was Jaguar, and that was a goalie carrying an undermanned team that was out-talented. They were like an 8 or 7 or 8 seed that year. That was a much easier narrative for people to jump onto. And didn't they lose to the Devils?
Yeah.
The Devils are a team where during that run, if it wasn't Brodeur, who was going to get the MVP? They were just a team of a bunch of guys who played incredible defense. So it was much easier to be like, oh yeah, give it to the goalie who carried the team all the way to Game 7 of the Cup Final
7,
when they weren't that good. If they lose in 5, no chance. If they lose in 6, still no chance. If they lose in 7, maybe the doors open a crack. I still don't think he gets it.
5 times a Cup runner-up has come away with the playoff MVP. Roger Crozer in 66.
Our boy Ron.
Glenn Hall in 68. Reggie Leach in 60,
yeah,
in
Leach
76.
Got it. Yeah, Leach got it against the
Ron
Habs.
Hextall in 87 and Jaguar in 03. Of those 5, Reggie Leach, the only non-goalie to ever do it. He had 19 goals in 16 games in those playoffs. That's ridiculous.
It's funny story about that.
And they got swept, and he still ended up winning.
About 76. So I went, I think this was Thursday. Went to Murph's in Fishtown for dinner. Great place for Italian. The Irish have the Italian food down perfectly. You gotta love it. But one thing that I find really cool about what they have in there is they have an old lamp. It's like a lamp that hangs from the ceiling, one of those deals that's Flyers from the 70s, but it's an incorrectly printed lamp because it claims that the Flyers won 3 straight titles, 73, 74, 75. And I kind of want to go in and talk to the owner and be like, so how much would you want for that? Because I don't even know if it would have more value because it's clearly a mistake, but it is clearly a mistake. It's hinting at the fact that they won 3 straight titles and they only won 2.
They did not.
Fun little story.
3 straight, conference titles, I guess. But no, it is funny that 5 guys on this list, 2 of them are Flyers. Is that not the most?
It's so
Flyers. Of absolutely cool. Yeah, Reggie Leach, that's an all-time performance. Yeah, they went down in 4.
Yeah.
And then
Ron Hextall,
admirable performance. You lost to Gretzky.
Yeah, he was amazing in that series. Yeah. And I think Gretzky, even after the series, said that Hextall was the best goalie he ever faced. So, understandable, he wins the Conn Smythe.
We still won.
But of course, it's in a losing effort. Of course it is.
But I also think it's interesting it hasn't happened post-lockout. There's probably been some guys that were up for consideration, but no, hasn't happened since 2003 with Jiggy, and that was great.
I find it highly unlikely that McDavid has a chance.
I just wonder
he'll get some votes, maybe, but I don't think he wins.
Good effort, man. Some third place votes, good for you. But it just seems odd to have the playoff MVP go to a non-winner, and I wonder, okay, this is the face of the sport. This is the best player. We're gonna give him a consolation prize.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. That's what the Hart Trophy's for.
I also do find it very funny that because of that game, it is plausible that the Oilers could lose the series and outscore. That's funny. That's
in the
very
aggregate,
funny.
They're able to somehow win this.
Yeah.
If this was Premier League, that might count for something.
I still remember the fact that the Phillies outscored the Giants in 2010. In a series they lost in 6. That's one of those series I will literally never get over. I will be angry at it for the rest of my life, and I will hate the San Francisco Giants until my dying day. The Phillies were a way better team, and they just didn't come through when they needed to. But talent-wise, so much better. Still get angry at that
Fucking
series.
Cody Ross.
Fucking Cody Ross.
It's hard for me to hate a team that wears orange, and yet,
yeah, here we are.
like the mayor.